Okay, we got the ecaps in and sorted out. We did have a problem with the wiring to the speaker. I'll explain that after a bit. Um, so we got that corrected because when I turned it up and plugged it in and everything, didn't get nothing. I mean, nothing, not a peep, nada. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and bring this up and test it again. I've already done the checkout for the shortwave bands, utilizing the wave rod and a long wire connection to the external connection on the wave magnet, and we still have life there on that, but it's really iffy because the push buttons are so filthy that they're still a little sluggish and tacky, and they don't want to operate nice and crisp. So what we're going to do is we're going to demount this entire section off the end of the chassis and clean it up as best we can without going in and separating up the parts, because I don't want to mess with those coils. So now it's about 11, almost 11:30 in the morning, and
consumers, which the poor and middle, because it's skyrocket.
now this is just on the wave magnet. I don't have any external antenna or long wire hooked to it.
Again, we're being gaslighted here, or gaslit. All those things. Yeah. So those do,
And we're getting better sound out of it.
Phase of construction and ongoing grant funded project.
So we're not getting much right now because it's cloudless and the sun is just reeking. So, but we're getting better, cooler days. So it's cooling down. It's almost like third week into fall, and we ain't there. We ain't to fall yet. So so now we've got this thing all set up and ready to be cleaned up. The chassis will get cleaned. The switching network on the shortwave buttons selections will be cleaned. I managed to eke out a screw and a mica for this for this tuner. We may go in and enhance the tone buttons if we can. We're going to give it a shot though, and then we'll clean up the chassis and everything. The tubes have been checked and they're okay. Now the speaker, it still has a slight issue to it. It's got voice call rubbing on it because, I don't know if you can tell it, right in through right there is a little bulge outwards where they went and somebody fixed this before, and that's where they had the foam backing on the backside of this cone to push it out. Now I don't know if it was in at the time when they glued that out, but what I am proposing to do with this, there was a crack started there to the first surround ring, and there was a little crack starting right there between those two rings. So I put some go-to glue on it to keep them together and keep them tight. Now, what I'm proposing to do is to take and cut out this portion of this cone and lay in some 24-pound bond in here, maybe some 20-pound, and go to glue it in and see if it doesn't alleviate the rubbing coil. I am going to remove this dust cover and go in before gluing this back up and put some shims in here to keep that thing from going to one side or another when I cut this when I cut this thing out. So that's left to do on that. Now, if it doesn't work, I'm not going to sweat it, because I got 2 more cones right here. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next segment. One thing before we go, I wanted to point out what was wrong with the speaker connection on this loom that goes out to the voice to the audio and audio trans and the field coil. Oh, there is no field coil. My bad. This here is the jack for the headphones, which I've never seen anything like this before. It must be for those older radios that had headphones. This lug right here was broken loose from that mounting ring right there, and this was, sorry for the shadowing and everything, this somebody had soldered solid right there, tying this leaf thing that goes around through here to this jack here. That lug was soldered through to here, which made the connection to there. Well, this came loose from that rivet, and I got nothing on the thing, and I scratching my head for the longest time, because when you're looking down on this thing and you're looking at this thing and you're double checking your voltages and everything, and you're getting nothing, but the tubes are lighting and you got voltages on the tubes that are in line with everything, and you're still not getting nothing, you're thinking something is open in here, one of these components. Well, one of the components was open. When I jiggled around the loom here on the wire to make sure that at least the socket to the speaker was okay, I got a little tick 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 on the thing, and when I turned it up, I jiggled that thing and I seen this thing moving. So when I turned it up and looked at it in this direction that we're looking at it now, I seen that thing wasn't even touching that. But once in a while it would touch if you jiggled the wire around. And then I discovered this solder point right here on this. Let me zoom in so this thing will focus better. When you put the headphone plug into this little fiber ring right here that's attached to this leaf, when you don't have the headphone jack plug plugged into the jack, this thing comes back, and this is like a leaf spring on a car. Well, this one contact right here touches this contact right here, and it makes the connection through to here. And when you shove your plug into the socket, it pushes this thing outwards, so you break the contact here, and your headphone is the only thing that's working. So I desoldered this out, resoldered that back in, soldered it in solid, and adjusted the tension on this thing here, so that my guess is that they had a problem with this thing, and it wouldn't make contact anymore to that thing, so they just said to hell with it. Nobody has headphones anymore, so we'll just solder it and complete the circuit. Well, consequently that came loose, and it didn't work no more until I came along and desoldered it and made it so that it would work, just in case somebody wants to shove headphones jack into this thing and use headphones. I don't know why they would. There's a lot of things that they clipped off the battery tap that goes to the battery pack, so you can't use batteries anymore on this thing. So that's all I wanted to cover. We got it working operational again. We're going to start cleaning up this chassis and other things, so stay tuned for more.